Welcome, everyone. Come over to the Insight Timer app if you'd like to be part of this live interactive experience. It's a free app, and that's where we are going to be sharing this experience today. And if you're watching the replay, warm welcome. There we are. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Angela. Hi, Jody. Oh, it's so good to be together. Feel free to say hi in the chat, my friends. Hmm. I love you. I love you. Hi, Judy. Hmm. So lovely. How's our sound? Can you hear me well? Clearly? Thank you for your hearts. Okay, great. Thank you. Hi, Liz. Yeah, say hi, my friends, if you feel like it. Hi, Cindy. Hmm. Hmm. Thank you all for choosing to be here together today in community. This is such a sacred, special time. And if you're able to, this can really be a gift of pause. Hi, Patty. Some time you take for yourself to just be. We're always in doing so much. This is a great invitation to just be. Let yourself settle, slow down, be in community. And again, if you're not watching on Insight Timer, I invite you to come over to Insight Timer for the live experience if you're watching this real time. All right. Welcome. If I'm just getting to meet you for the first time, my name is Selena Lael, and today's time together I have titled the Satsang for the Soul, this gathering of truth for the soul, this space for us to come together in sacred community, mm, to practice different techniques, to experience greater peace and self love, compassion, liberation, for us to share and connect. Hi, Akaljat. Hi, Amanda. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Hi, Jody. So that's what this time will be. And I'm really grateful to be having these sessions rather than having something set and specific. We're going to spend these next few weeks at this time on this day. Well, not on this day, but on this day of the week. It'll be a reoccurring session for at least the next few weeks. And each time we come together, we'll have an opportunity to meditate, to become more aware of our breath, to awaken things in our minds and our hearts and our souls that nourish us and help direct us consciously in our paths. Our beloved self, our inner wisdom is like a spring that is always giving, 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 giving. And sometimes we just don't feel in alignment. We're not in that spring. We're not in that river or that creek. We're off someplace else. And so we can use this time also as a way to come back into alignment to receive that unbounded wealth, the abundance of love and grace and peace and every quality that you might long to experience. It is within you, and we align with that ever flowing spring within us more and more when we take time like this for ourselves. Hi, John. So, that is what we will be exploring and experiencing here together today. I thought we could start with a meditation, and then we're going to move into some other experiences. And you may wish during these sessions to kind of create your space to be a sacred space. I have some of my crystals, and I have an energy device here that I like to use, and I have my rose water, and anything that you would like in your space to have this feel like a sanctuary experience for you. Hey, Andy. I invite you to have those things with you. I have my picture of my beloved teacher, Saima, that is always here. So, just anything that you might like to have to make this experience feel more significant and sacred. I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. And again, if you are multitasking, I invite you to just pause that, at least for this beginning part here. If you can move your body, roll one shoulder up, back, and down, and then the other shoulder up, back, and down. Feel the crown of the head lifting up, the spine lifting up, and then feel your lower body relaxing down. Allow your belly to be soft. Maybe have your palms facing upward, resting on your lap. Feel a space between your teeth. Let your lips be soft. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or just let your gaze be soft, looking downward. Consciously deepen the breath. Long, slow inhalations and complete exhalations. Feel with each exhalation that your body is relaxing a little more. There's a settling and ease starting to be embodied with each exhalation. Start to guide your mind to this moment rather than following all of these thoughts that take you out of this experience. Allow those thoughts to start to pass like clouds. You are the infinite blue sky, and the thoughts come and go. Rather than following the clouds as they pass through your awareness, really start to intentionally focus on the feelings in your body of your breath flowing in and out. With each inhalation, the belly expands, the chest expands, and with each exhalation, everything softens. Feel yourself letting go a little more with each breath. If you can, place a hand over your heart center. And if you can't move your body, you can just imagine doing this and start to make some very slow, nourishing circles on your chest, as if you're giving your heart center this sweet circular massage. The jaw is relaxed, the breath is full. And as you soothe yourself in this way, you might even feel parts of your body relaxing even more, tension from the belly, the throat, the shoulders, the face. And then just hold your heart for a moment. And then, if you can, move your hand down to your belly. And same thing, make these slow, nourishing circles on your belly. And if you find that your mind is chiming in with judgments about yourself, the body, this experience, can you allow those judgments to pass like the rest of the clouds in the mind as you return to feeling your body, slow, caring circles, massaging the belly? And if this is an area of your body that you often judge or resist, you might even gently repeat to yourself, I love you, or I care about you. You might even say to this part of your body, thank you, thank you. And now relax your hands again, palms face upward, shoulders relax back and down. Notice if there's any subtle shift in how you feel. And to move us even deeper, we'll chant the sound Om 9 times. Although Om is often associated with Hinduism and Buddhism and Jainism, the sound Om is the vibrational quality that is in all of life, in all of matter. When you measure the vibration of Om, you can find that similar vibration in all that is. So as we chant Om, and as if we are making ourselves a tuning fork that is coming back into alignment with all of life. It doesn't need to have any religious context if that doesn't resonate for you. This sound is a tool to bring us into greater alignment with our center, with soul, with source, with spirit. I will count so you can just let your mind be at ease and really focus on chanting fully. I invite you to chant as loudly as you can. This is not always the way that we chant Om, but part of the power of this technique, chanting it more loudly, is that it gives the mind something to really focus on rather than having a bunch of thoughts while we're chanting the sound Om. The mind becomes more focused, and it is also a powerful way to move the energy in the body, the emotions, and the mind. So we take a deep breath in, we open the mouth nice and wide, and we chant the Om. And as you chant Om, The sound, that humming sound at the end, is just as important as the whole sound. So when you chant the sound Om, I invite you to spend a good amount of time on the at the end. This is also a wonderful way that the nervous system becomes more relaxed when we chant. So let your body relax for a moment, maybe shake it out if you feel like you're rigid, and then find an alert and enlivened posture again that's also relaxed. Palms face upward. If you're familiar with Chin Mudra, you may wish to take this mudra with your hands. And if you don't know what that means, no issue. Just be in a relaxed position. Again, I will count for us so you can fully focus on chanting. If my breath is longer than yours, again, no issue. Just chant in a way that feels nourishing for you. We'll take a deep, full breath in to begin the 9 rounds. Inhale. Om. Chant fully, more power. One more. Breathe naturally and be very still. The body is relaxed, even though it's still. Is there a lightness of being, an expansion, a vibration? Open your mind. And if the thoughts are there, this is normal. Allow them to pass like clouds as you return to being the blue sky. Allow yourself to rest in the silence. Even though the outside world may not be silent, there is an inner stillness and inner silence that is always here. Imagine with each breath, you are being lulled by this rhythm, the same way the ocean rolls into shore and rolls out. This easy breath carries you in and out. As you inhale, hear the words in your mind, I am. And as you exhale, hear the word peace. I am as you inhale, peace as you exhale. I am peace. And as you focus on these words, allow everything else to start to fall away. I am peace. Focus on these words, these vibrations, rather than focusing on all of the other thoughts and feelings that may be competing for your attention. Just allow the other to be, to pass, as you focus on inhaling, I am, exhaling, peace. Beautiful. Release the repetition and start to deepen your breath. And again, if you can, place a hand on your heart and massage some gentle circles on your heart center. Maybe on your belly too, if that feels good. And then just hold your heart, hold your belly, hold yourself in this loving kindness. And you may even wish to say to yourself, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mm. And take your time. You can slowly move your body a little more, stretch a little. And whenever you feel ready to, you can open the eyes. How was that? Mm. What do you notice inside? What has shifted in neutrality? Beautiful. Mm. And just a reminder, there's no right way to have an experience. There isn't. I know some of us are like, I want to experience the light and the cosmos and the angels singing and, fractals and my body elevating or levitating, or, we have this idea of what it means to be a quote unquote good meditator or doing it correctly. And I know people who've been meditating for over 50 years and they don't ever have those kinds of experiences. We all have our own experiences because of our own internal world and our own individual physiology. Some of us, after this meditation experience, might feel more peaceful or grounded or at ease. And some of us might be aware of other things that are stirring, and it's all okay. It's all okay. We're all in different spaces within ourselves, and even those spaces change. Yes, they never stay the same. Serenity, more centered, more relaxed, more open. Lovely. And thank you so much for the donations. And what a beautiful treat to have Sakib. I feel like I always mispronounce your name, but I'm so happy to see you. I don't know if you're still here, but thanks for stopping in for just a moment. I love you, and I'm so grateful. You're grateful for your beautiful, sweet soul and everything you share with us. So grateful. So thank you, beloved. Will you please remind me, how do I properly pronounce your name? I just don't hear you say it enough, so it's not in my awareness. Maybe you can spell it out for me. If anyone is unfamiliar with this beautiful, beautiful soul and his teachings, I highly, highly encourage you to join him. He has courses and so much audio content and workshops, and I think mentoring also. Yes. So if you're not familiar with his beautiful presence and teachings, I really encourage you to check it out. Yeah. The A is articulated in the Q. Okay. Like an ah sound, sa. Sa. I'll go back and listen to one of your meditations so I can make sure to get it. Either way, I love you. Thank you for being here. So I'd love to hear from you, friends. I'd love to hear part of being in satsang. Again, this translation is this gathering of truth. And when we come together in satsang, it's a space for us to elevate each other and also to honor our human experiences without falling into all of the drama and the blame and the judgment, to have a beautiful sacred space to explore what is arising and bring that, elevate that into greater states of awareness and consciousness. Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's so beautiful. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. Uh, Yes, we're actually part of our satsang today is going to be, I'm going to read a little piece from my beloved Guruji Saima's book, Petals of Grace. So I'm going to read just a little bit from that. Part of something beautiful that we can do when we gather in this way is to also take knowledge from the masters and then share it in our gathering and reflect on that. What does that mean to me? How does that make me feel? What awakens in me when I reflect on this wisdom? So I wanted to read just a little bit from Saima's book, Petals of Grace. So you're welcome to have your eyes opened or closed. And this is just a nice way. Hi, Sanita. A nice way to just go deeper in this energy, this beautiful Shakti of being together, uh, and also to bring some things to mind that we can reflect on. So, again, eyes opened or closed as you wish. This chapter is from the book Petals of Grace, and it is called Be Peace. Stillness allows peace to reveal itself. All carry peace. Peace is the self, and all is the self. So the all is peace. Practice peace. Sadhana, daily spiritual practice of peace. The spiritual practice of peace. Supreme peace is your birthright. You inherited peace from the higher self, or however you like to think of it, higher self, source, spirit, Allah, yes, Atman. You inherited peace from the higher self, so peace is in you. This morning, one of my beloveds said, "It's so peaceful here today." Awareness. When there is love, there is peace. Most go to a church, to a mosque, to a mandir, to darshan, or to meditate in order to experience peace. Peace is an attribute of love. It spontaneously rises from your sacred heart and embodies your whole being. Then effortlessly it spreads by itself. Others can surely experience the peace that you are. Peace lies within your heart, so do not look for it somewhere else. You may feel peaceful while in a peaceful environment, but it does not last. Inner peace, however, is yours and cannot be taken away. And this inner peace transmutes guilt, unworthiness, and more. That state of peace is within you. And no one besides you will create it for you. Hear that. No one besides you can create this inner wealth of peace for you besides you. It is from inside. When there is love for God, for the source, for your beloved self, you can experience peace in every moment. Peace is the grace of love, the grace of the heart. Just take a breath in that. So, this is an opportunity for us to reflect together. What did you hear in this wisdom for yourself? What did these words awaken within you? And go ahead and share in the chat if you wish. Hearing this teaching, what did it awaken within you? Do you feel something stirring inside? Are you thinking about something differently in your life or just remembering something that maybe you forgot? Akaljat is saying heart center. What are you aware of in your life when you hear this teaching or this wisdom? Have you been seeking for peace outside of you? Have you been expecting your partner to give you peace, or your job to give you peace, or God to give you peace? Have you been looking outside, longing for this peace? And if so, it's okay. Yes, this is our journey of remembrance together. Oh, beautiful cellular calm. Yes, it is a cellular level experience, even deeper, right? All the way into the every particle of our being, this peace that we are. It is all that is. This is beautiful container, I think, is 63, holds that which is innately there. Peace, love. Sorry, my love, I'm not sure I fully got that. I think I'm not sure I fully got that, but thank you for sharing. I think I feel the essence of what you were wanting to share. Shirley's asking, would it be possible for you to make a track of that reading? Beautiful. I'll ask. I'll confer with with all of the details of the book, and I will find that out. Beautiful. Your body holds it. Peace. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely. So, what are you aware of in your life? If you were to let this wisdom sink in and awaken your own inner wisdom, because it is all within you. It is. What an amazing thing to consider, right? We always feel like we don't have enough, we're not enough, we need more education, more skill, more this, more that, right? And yes, it's beautiful to develop ourselves in the humanness, develop the body, the mind, the emotions, learn, grow, do the uncomfortable things to expand and elevate our consciousness. And yet, you are all of life. You are everything. You are source itself, having an experience of forgetting that you are life itself, all within you. Every beautiful, magical, peaceful, joyful, blissful, liberated experience you long for or wish to experience is already within you. It's all within you. Patty shares, stop seeking outside. Physical, though, has to bring peace. Work on the inside. Stop seeking on the outside, physical, to bring peace. Work on the inside. Yeah. Sydney shares, allowing source to express itself as us. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mm. And I think I forgot to share this in the beginning, but if you're not already part of our group, we have a group here on the app, and it's a beautiful place to satsang, to be together, to share uplifting content, to receive support. It's also where I post updates, and that group is called Love Heals All, and you are welcome just as you are. And all of the human messiness, because it sure is a messy deal. And I welcome you from the depths of my being and my heart to come just as you are. Love Heals All is the name of the group. Lovely. Anyone else wish to share before we start to move on from this reflection time? Hi, Kat. Great to see you. I love realizing that we reflect our love in others. Yes. Yes. That's beautiful. Judy shared, no matter what I do or how much I love, I cannot provide peace for my partner. He must find it within himself. Yes. Isn't that a big one? I find for me, and I think for many of us, the attachment to the people we have the closest relationships with, or the closest attachments with, strongest attachments with, this is one of the places we really, really get to do our work. Because for many of us, we just have such a deep desire to see the other feel good or take care of their bodies or do the things that we think they should do, right? To finally be free from suffering. And we all have our own paths. We all have our own soul's journey. We all have our own soul's contracts. And we can't do something for another. We can be a beautiful, positive influence. We can be a loving presence. We can be an example. Yes, we can be these things, but I can tell you from personal experience, trying to push wisdom and also even go like this wisdom on someone else doesn't really work. My family will tell you that very clearly. Oh, my poor brothers and my parents. Yeah. And we deprive ourselves of peace in those experiences, right? And it's not always that simple, of course, because sometimes we need to do our deep inner work around our attachment to others and their well-being or what they're doing with their lives and their bodies. And that's our inner work. But as beloved Byron Katie says, whenever we are in someone else's business, we suffer. And another person's business is not just like, what are they doing? Whenever I'm thinking, what is that person thinking? What are they feeling? What are they doing? Why are they doing that? All of those things fall into the category in this teaching of someone else's business. So the moment that I'm like, oh, what are they thinking about? I am bringing myself into an open doorway for suffering. The moment I'm like, why are they doing that? I'm bringing myself into it, arms wide open to suffer. It doesn't always work that way, right? Because sometimes I might be thinking about something that uplifts me. But whenever we are in that concern state or the worry, maybe not concern, I'll share a distinction in just a moment, then we suffer. So, how do we practice doing our work, focusing on our growth, focusing on our maturation and elevation and awakening and awareness, and be the embodiment of who we want to be as much as we can with others so that we are a positive influence as opposed to trying to push our ideas on them? Now, of course, sometimes people do want our advice, and that's beautiful. We can share it. Um, but so much of it, it just comes back to our inner work. The distinction I wanted to share is this, which is really simple and yet really profound. My beloved teacher, Saima, is an enlightened master. And just for clarification for anyone who's maybe unfamiliar with these terms or has a certain concept, my limited understanding, because I'm not enlightened, I'm in the awakening process as we all are, but I'm not enlightened. No, well, I should say my consciousness isn't enlightened. I would say we're all enlightened. It's just covered by layers. So, an enlightened master, in my very limited, humble understanding, is someone who has truly awoken to unity consciousness and even more. So, an enlightened master is someone who sees you and they see God, they see themselves. There's no distinction of separation other than maybe seeing a physical form. It is the same source energy in each and every one. So there's a profound state of consciousness that is enlightened consciousness, enlightened awareness. And so, because of that, although Ma wasn't always in the state of consciousness that Ma is in now, um, well, we'll just speak real time. Because of this state of unity consciousness, there is an absence of any fear. That's part of the beauty. I don't know about you. Maybe you can relate to this experience, but I've had the gift and the grace of the years of sadhana in my life. Actually, I won't even relate it to that because some people have spontaneous awakenings, right? They don't meditate once and they're like, boom, awaken. So maybe it's the sadhana, maybe it's not. But I've had sustained periods where I've been in an awakened state. And I was sharing with another beloved teacher, Elliot, on the app, who many of you are familiar with, and who he and I have some things in the works for you. I was sharing with him how, in that state that I was in, that sustained state of awakened consciousness, I realized one of the main defining factors is there was an absence of fear. There was liberation. There was an absence of any fear. So full circle, coming back to this distinction I wanted to share of this teaching that Sai Ma shared in this unity consciousness that Ma is, that we all are. Yes, Sai Ma is not better than me or better than us. We are all one in different levels of consciousness and awareness. And Sai Ma would say, I don't understand this idea of worry. Why do you worry? Don't worry. I feel concern, not worry. And for a while, I didn't totally get it, but then I started to explore it with curiosity, and I really felt the distinction in the energy. Worry comes from a contracted place of fear. Concern, if you're taking it in this context, comes from distinction of awareness. It's not it can be, but for the sake of this teaching, it's not a contracted, fearful experience. It's a distinction of awareness. So worry is, oh, I don't want that to happen. I want my family member to be okay. I want my friend to be okay. I want my partner to be at peace. Oh no, what if they're not right? This is a very contracted energy. Concern, however, can be of discernment. I see their body is not doing well, and I wish them good health. Is there any way I can be of service that isn't just pushing my ideas and needs on them? How you doing? How are you? My beloved, beloved family, sweet, sweet souls. Kat sharing my favorite quote on love. Yes, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Yes. That's like what I was saying a moment ago. We are enlightened. It is the layers of unconsciousness, of Maya, of the illusion of separateness that keep us in an experience of not knowing that we are one with all of life. Love you, Siska. Hi, Sis. Yes, absolutely. And that's brain science, right? We've spoken about that in our mental awareness sessions and our manifesting sessions. This is sharing worrying is like praying for what you don't want to have happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's the power of our focus. When we are worrying about something, that is what we are focused on. Yeah. Yes, yes. Ah. So, how is it to be together like this? To meditate and just have an open sessions for us to reflect, to be present, to slow down. How does it feel in your heart and your mind and your body and your soul? And speaking of soul, I just released a new track today called the Soul Invocation. And it's just a sweet meditation of things that we can say and presence ourselves to welcome the beauty of soul, the love of soul, the grace of soul. That is who we are. Mm, lovely. So I thought today we could also have a little card reading. Oh, beautiful. Calming, warm, and comforting. Beautiful. Yeah, it's so nice to be together in this space. And Many of us, when we come into community, there's a lot of speaking poorly or ill of others, gossiping, complaining, just focusing on everything that isn't going right. Yeah. And many of you have heard me speak on this before, but gossip really is like poison. Gossip is like poison. And when we are in judgment, we are the ones who suffer the most. When we speak about others in a hurtful or negative way, we are bringing those feelings up in our own bodies. We are the ones who are living in that pain. And most of us wouldn't think about it that way. Some of us might even think, well, when I'm, gossiping about someone, I'm like, talking about it because it makes me feel more justified or more empowered. But if we were to really be curious with kindness and look at how we're really feeling when we're gossiping, it's a hurtful place inside of the heart. We are so, we are such beautiful, uh, kind beings in our essence. Serene. Oh, beautiful, Angela. Looking in from the outside, admiring the light within. Oh, that's lovely. Lovely. So, yes, it's such a gift to be in a space like this that is dedicated to upliftment. Yeah. It doesn't mean that we can't talk about things that are challenging or that are painful. It doesn't mean we have to hold some silly notion of positive vibes only. And for anyone who's newer to our time together, um, I don't mean to offend anyone by saying positive vibes only is silly, but it's just not realistic. As human beings, we have a myriad of different emotions and experiences, and no emotion is bad. It might be uncomfortable. We might have been conditioned to label it as bad or wrong, but it's not. It's just part of our experience. And it is through greater acceptance, not just mental acceptance that we're feeling, but an embracing of those uncomfortable emotions that we open ourselves to that experience of liberation, that freedom of being. So this space is open for all of it, the exploration of it all. Cat sharing. I've found through self inquiry that when we point the finger at others, uh, we say what we say what we need to hear. Yeah. Yeah, quite often. This comes back to the teaching that we are all self reflections. We're all mirrors. Everything's a self reflection. All right, my beloveds, let's complete with a card drawing today. Um, this is a beautiful deck that I love so much. My mama gave it to me. Um, just has a lot of nice sparklies and goldies and nice representation. I'm always a bit of a stickler when I look at different decks and I'm like, oh, these people look the same. But this deck has a lot of really beautiful representation from all different physical forms. And I love that. I just cherish that. I cherish all of our physical forms. And I'm so here for a world of equality, the slow work, but the necessary work. All right. So let's just all take a breath together. I'm going to start shuffling the cards, and I'm really feeling our collective energy in this space. Remember, we are one, all of these individual expressions of the one. And so, in our collective sacred space, I'll pull this card. And we can all hear the message that it has for us. Yes. All right. Got it. Hmm. Uh, the this is a goddess deck, and so We got the goddess Morgane. Morgane, sometimes I forget. And the representation of this card is death and magic. Hmm. Let's see what it says for us. And we got it right side up, so we'll read that message. Unless the other one seems really important to read. Maybe I'll read both. We'll see. Consider your life a magical, yeah. I posted something the other day. I don't know if anyone saw it, but I posted this video, and the first thing I say in it is something like life is magic. It's a really fun video. I felt happy about making it. It was a little adventure. Okay, empowerment message. Consider your life a magical gift and your experience of it a beautiful opportunity to leave the world a better place. You give that gift back when death comes and ends your time on this plane. Experiences, relationships, projects, and even long cherished dreams are all subject to the natural laws of death and the magic of the Celtic goddess Morgane. Now is the time for you to let certain, here's the message. You ready? You open mind, open heart. Now is the time for you to let certain parts of your life die and recognize this process as something to celebrate as well as to mourn. Let go with love and gratitude. Leave your fears behind, for in death, there is great magic, as nothing can ever be truly destroyed. From the ashes of the old, a new life and new dreams will come to be. Face this time of dying and death with love and courage. Be willing to be empty. Soon the goddess Morgane will fill you up with magic, and a new world will be born for you. This is her gift for you when you surrender your resistance and allow things to be as easy as they are. Mm. We all probably have something we can relate to that beautiful teaching. Thank you. Thank you for this special time being together. If you're not part of our group, feel free to come join. Love heals all. I have many, many recordings here on the app. I just released the new one, Soul Invocation. I lead live sessions each week here. I thank you so much for your donations. Thank you for supporting me in this physical realm. Thank you for your love and your presence. Mm. And again, we'll be meeting in this fashion, just kind of an open session for discovery and greater inner connection over the next few weeks. So, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be meeting here. And then Fridays, we have our Vinyasa Yoga Asana practice that happens at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Would anyone wish to share anything before we close the session today? Yes, yes, thank you. And yes, many, many blessings to all. Aham Brahmasmi. I am. I am the universe. I am all of life. Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, who enjoyed that session with Jonas last week? How sweet was that? And such a powerful, beautiful teaching. If you're not following him, I really invite you to follow him. I'll give you his profile name again here. Let's make room. So we take one last breath together. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale. As a reminder, there's a link on my profile page here to stay more connected, and you can always DM me. And if you allow it, I'm always right here, available in your heart, and my heart is always here, available to you, always. We need each other. We need reminders. This reminder of how to love ourselves through being loved by another. Because it's all about you. All about you, with you. This whole play is for you, beloved, with your own beloved.